Hi guys, this is just a brief lesson on business development tips. Majorly, it's important for people who do businesses, small business owners, to understand that these practices are very key for today business. Now, number one is talking about having your pictures, your images. So you render a service, you should be able to have before, during, and after images of the work you have delivered, depending on the services you render anyway. For shop owners, it may work differently, but for people that render other services like cleaning, carpentry, plumbing, and the rest, it's important to have delivery too. When the items come, just make sure, take note of data privacy. Don't display people's information without their consent. But if you're able to display just the package, so make sure you have pictures. It helps a lot so that you have something to tell the next client or other client that you're trying to preach to. So it's very important. Keep your pictures. Make sure you have take it is it should be part of delivering the goods is not enough. That's enough for the customer or the client, but that's not enough for you. You define what you want. So that's not enough for you. Take note. Then the second one is about communication. It's easier to say, send me the price, send me the quotation on WhatsApp, but you can ask the client to say, okay, please, can I have your email? Some people may say, oh, this is stressful. Man, it has to be stressful. That's the difference between you and the other person that you're looking at that is doing some things differently and doing well. Sometimes those are the little differences. Now, the person may say, just send it on WhatsApp. You can tell the person, no, it's fine. I'll send it on WhatsApp, but I'd also like to send it on email for to help me keep my records properly, if you don't mind. But if the person does insist, then it's fine. But those things are important. Now, when you send it and there's a negotiation, send the revised one again. Don't say, okay, I sent the other one, it was 10,000, I've negotiated it to 7K. So, no, no. You need those things more than the person. Always note that it is you who is looking for something more than the person. So, try to make your communication official as possible, as much as you can. Try to move away from WhatsApp. Because WhatsApp, whenever your phone crashes, that's the problem. Then WhatsApp, sometimes you're trying to look for the contacts, you're trying to look for so, but when you have it in email, it's easier to screenshot, print it, to show. So your target is always the next client. Take note. Now, we also have the filing, the keep record, they call it filing or recording, yeah. So it's important that you record all your key services transactions, unless you have a shop where you sell to many people, so that can work differently. But for so if you're running the service, it's important to have it handy. You should. There are different levels to this. Don't worry about the very complex one. All you need is just something basic and simple. So long as you have a book that shows you the name of the client, the service you rendered, how much you cost, the nature of the job you did, the time, and all that, just have it handy. That's all you need. It doesn't need to be too complex. So when we say filing, we're not asking you to do something very complex. For very big organizations, yes, it's complex, but for you it gives you an idea of what you've done, so you can easily make reference to it. So sometimes you go to meet someone to say, I need something. I'm not quite sure what you now as the person running the service, you want to show the person, your client, what you've done before. You're now scrolling at your WhatsApp, you're confused because you cannot remember where you're, you're just checking around. It doesn't show you that you're organized. But when you have it handy, you can say, okay, this is the job I did. With that, it's easier for you to know the person, the date, and it makes it easier for you to go and search. So you have to be organized. Then in terms of filing and storage, uh, the phone can get missing. The phone can crash. Sometimes it's important to use Google Drives. I'm an Android person, so sorry, I don't. I know Apple has their own too, and other drives too, cloud and drives. You can save your the files there. Some of these people may charge. Some may charge £2, £3. It's fine. You need to keep your work organized. Those things help you do well in your business. So you can easily find your files. And when you go to Drive, you can create folders, or so person's name. These things you may see them as time consuming, but they make your work organized, and it shows that you're ready to go to the next level. So for me, these are the basic tips for business development. I'll go to the advanced one in the next series where we'll talk about the things, the extra things you now need to do to play in the bigger league, to attract bigger clients and all that. But for now, these are the basic ones you need to improve on. Start doing them. And then testimonials, very important too. After every job, you're supposed to ask your client to say, what did you think about my service? It's very important. So that's why you need to do well so they can ask those questions. What did you think about my service? And whatever they say, you can screenshot it. Just make sure, always make sure you cover the client's name and unless you have permission to do that. So these things are best practices. Start doing them and you see the result. I'll be in the next series. Thank you.